So I have created rhubarb wine, and because of the way I did it, I also have rhubarb. And it's perfect. On with the video. Hello homebrewers, and welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be making some rhubarb wine. My style of rhubarb wine, which is a quick drinking, lovely fruity rhubarb taste wine. So I'm not going to be going down the route of adding in loads of ingredients. Our main ingredient is going to be the rhubarb to make a rhubarb wine. Now it is going to be a sweet wine because the sweetness brings out the taste of whatever you put in. So like the strawberry wine, we back sweeten that. The rhubarb, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So it's not going to be one that needs to be aged forever. So I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to get set up and we're going to get started. So I've got everything set up. I've got a large pan. I've got my getting old now looking stove. I've got some boiled water because the frozen rhubarb is frozen. So adding boiling water to it, it's not going to thaw it all out. So in goes my 2 kilos of rhubarb. Looking good. Double bagged for freshness. Oh yeah. And in goes my kilo of sugar. Now I'm doing this at the same time because I'm not planning on steeping this for days on end. Instead, I'm going to be making a rhubarb tea, which I think is pretty cool. So in goes the sugar, like so. Now to speed up this process, I'm actually going to be using my boiled water, my 1.5 litres of boiled water. I'm just going to pour it in lovingly. Already smells pretty good. So now I'm just going to turn my stove on. I'm going to let this boil for about 5 minutes. So I'm not going to bore you with keeping the video on for 5 minutes. So I'll be back. So we're back and our rhubarb is just coming up to the boil. Now we need it to boil to kill off any bacterial or wild yeast in there. Or any, just anything. Boiling it kills it. Now we could use Camden tablets and store it for days, but this speeds up the process. We're not trying to stew the rhubarb, we're just trying to heat it up to kill off the yeast and extract the flavours faster. So I've actually got a hole in my pot so I can sterilise my wooden spoon. 2 in 1, so we're right about there. It smells really rhubarby in here, so another like 30 seconds and this will have reached the boiling point. So, I'll be back in 30 seconds. Waiting for finally, it has just come up to the boil. Take this off. Bubbling, boiling. So now we turn it off. We're not trying to stew it, we're just trying to heat it through to kill it off and extract the flavours quicker. Oh yeah. So you may be wondering, what does the liquid look like now? Because we added the sugar in, which also helps extract flavour and colour, and sugar itself is a preservative. It's pretty handy. So I'm just going to take off some of the liquid. And we've got a lovely, light, sort of rosy red. Now, if your rhubarb has more red in it than mine, it will be a darker red, but still, this is a nice pink, like a rosé. I'm going to add that back in there. Oh, It smells rhubarby. Tastes really good too. So that's that part done. And now all we got to do, put the lid on, and we're going to leave it for a few hours, like a tea, to steep, because, well, we're rapid extracting, so want to give it just enough time to work its way through all the rhubarb. So we'll be back in a couple of hours. So it's been approximately 4 hours, and this has cooled down. I've had the lid on, my spoon's been steam sterilized, and it is warm, but at the same time it is cool enough to actually be able to pitch yeast in it. So I've gone ahead and I've sterilized my demijohn using bleached and washing out liquid. Got my airlock all ready and set up with water in it. So it is as sterile as it's gonna get. I've sterilized my side, my funnel, my sieve, my colander, and a bowl to put the excess pulp, because there will still be some liquid in the rhubarb. So inside, it is looking rather lovely. It has started to fall apart, but at the same time, it has a beautiful color to it. And it smells really good. So I'm just going to set up the funnel, and we're going to start putting this in the demijohn. Awesome. So, let us begin. Take out my spoon. Since my side is sterilized, I can put things on it and not have to worry about it being contaminated. So, let's add some in. And as you can see, it has a nice sort of pinkish color to it, which is really good. So I can just remove most of the liquid off, and then I can put it in my colander and let the rest strain out the bottom. So it's a double helping, because, well, we've went to all the trouble. Might as well extract all the juice we can. So I'm just going to continue doing this. See you shortly. So I've passed my rhubarb through the filter once, and as you can see, it's nearly half a gallon. A little bit of the sugar has displaced some of the liquid, and also the rhubarb itself has liquid in it. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to add the bottom stuff, but I'm also going to mix in another litre of water, which I have here, prepared, in a jug that I sterilized using boiled water. This is cold water. So I'm going to go through and remove a bit more of the flavour, because I can, and then I'm going to refilter it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So take this out. I could press it, but you end up with more bits inside. So I'm just going to add this back into the pan. Stewed. Then add in my litre of water. Give it a stir. Since we added in the sugar, might as well try and extract all the flavour and sugar as we can from it. Still smells good. So let's pass this a bit through the filter. And now we start all over again. So I'll be back once I've passed all this through the filter. So after I've done the first straining and then added some water to it and done the second straining, this is how much I've got. Now a few bits did get through, my bad, but that's okay because it's mainly clear. So I'm going to top this up with some fresh cold water, as you do. There we go. Looking lovely. So we have a lovely pink looking solution, which is exactly what we were after. Now it should have quite a nice taste. So I'm actually going to take a little bit off and give it a taste, because I can. A little bit. It really does smell of rhubarb, so it seems to have worked. But how does it taste? So it has a really nice rhubarb flavour. Not too strong, not too sharp. The sugar does help with that. But just a nice, pleasant taste. So I believe we have got what we wanted. And we only used 2 kilos of rhubarb, which I think is pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and add some yeast nutrient. Cheeky teaspoon of it. That was 3/4. I'm also going to add in some pectolase, because, well, I want this one clear. Check me, I'm doing this all properly, like we do. So just grab a cheeky teaspoon. Half a teaspoon. Another half a teaspoon. I hate these little flat packets. So now I'm going to give it a shake just to mix it in, and I'm going to go grab the hydrometer, so give it a good shake. So I'm just going to go rinse off my hydrometer, and we'll be right back. So I've gone ahead and I've put my hydrometer in there and let most of the foam die back, because, well, you can't really take a reading with the foam. Seems to be like it's going to be a foamer, so I'm not going to top it all the way to the top. And it is reading, using my lovely head, 12% on the hydrometer, which is 1.076-ish. That's where it's reading to. So now we're just going to add some yeast to it. So the yeast I'm going to be using is universal wine yeast. This happens to be the Wilco stuff. All universals will work. It's good because it has a neutral flavour, and of course, it's easy. So just sprinkle some on the top. Job is a good one. So add it on my lovely airlock. And that's our homebrew, our raspberry, our rhubarb wine. It kind of has a raspberry haze. So this is our rhubarb wine now done. The yeast is added, so is the nutrient and the pectolase. And we have all this rhubarb left over. Itchy nose. Now the great thing about it is that because we didn't add preservatives and it didn't take days to make, we've got rhubarb. It still has a good rhubarb flavour. Bit of tartness. And just enough sweetness. It's good stuff. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Gave you some ideas for making your own, and of course join me for the next one. I'll leave you with this pondering thing. Everyone's listened to Dolly Parton working 9 to 5. Have you ever thought about swapping it by 12 hours and then listening to the song again? It has a whole new meaning. I'll leave you on that bombshell. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to check out some of the other ones and subscribe, and carry on homebrewing, guys. See you later.